But today is literally the perfect weather to read Twilight. I don't know if you guys can hear behind me, but it actually is raining. But the book makes me love the movie like 10 times more. I wanted to show you guys my bookshelves. Look how beautiful the books are. And this book has just been taking me forever to read, and I'm just ready to like finish it. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Bella, and today I have a fun video for you guys. I am doing a Twilight reading vlog. I forgot to make an intro for this video, so I'm making it now. I read the first 2 books of the Twilight series about like 4 or 5 years ago, but I wanted to reread them today because I honestly don't remember anything. And as you guys know, I am a huge Twilight fan, but I've never read the books besides like the first 2. So in the next couple months, my goal is to read the whole Twilight series. Okay guys, I wanted to fix my wording on a few things because I film these videos like throughout different days, but like as I'm like watching the footage back, it's a little confusing. So in this video, I'm only reading the first Twilight book. I state in the video that I want to read the rest of the Twilight series, but I don't read them all in this video. I want to read them next couple of months, so I don't read them all in this vlog. Also, do mention The Tenet by Frida McFadden because I was also reading that book as well as Twilight. I was reading them both at the same time. If I bring it up, that's why. I don't know if I really like state that I was doing that, but yeah, I just wanted to like fix my wording, I guess, because I was making it a little confusing. But I was only reading the first Twilight book, and I also was reading The Tenet by Frida McFadden. Alright guys, I didn't do much today, but I did want to let you guys know that I stopped at the library and I got a free library card. Today I could get the Libby app and listen to some audiobooks and get ebooks, so I'm super excited about that. And I was never much of a person that was interested in getting a Kindle until now. I really want to get a Kindle, but I think I'm gonna hold off until like Black Friday and Christmas. People ask me what to get me for like Christmas or like my birthday. I'm always, I don't know, because I'm not sure. This year I'm getting my Christmas list ready early. So I told my mom if she wants to get me something for Christmas that she could get me a Kindle. I'm like happy with like the basic one, the Kindle Unlimited if possible. If not, it's okay. But I'll be completely happy with just the little basic Kindle because I think that'll like really help me read a lot also and just read on the bed. And it's way smaller and more portable and compact, which I like better than the bigger one. I told her to get me that one for Christmas in the matcha green color because it is so cute. Okay everybody, I am in my room and I am wearing my Twilight shirt right now. I know I told you guys I was reading The Tenet by Frida McFadden, which I am still going to continue to read. But today is literally the perfect weather to read Twilight. It is about to rain and it is so gloomy outside. And I already started reading Twilight again, so I was like, I might as well just read it a little bit today. It's the perfect weather. It's gloomy. So I'm in my comfy chair and I have my blanket on. I'm wearing my Twilight shirt. I have my Twilight book with me. And I even put like a Twilight ambiance on the TV with Twilight background music. Obviously, I'm waiting to start reading to play it. I even have the audiobook, so I'm going to put my headphones on, read along while I'm reading the book. I'm already on page 40-something of the book. I was reading the other night, but then I was getting like such a bad headache that I like stopped. So I stopped like in the middle of a chapter, which I hate to do. But I was at the point where like everything was blurry, words on the page and just like everything around me was starting to get blurry, and I was like, okay, I just need to go to sleep. I did leave off in the middle. I think it was like chapter 2. I don't even think I made it very far. 40, so I'm excited to continue reading and I will keep you guys updated. you. I am now on page 85, chapter 5, and I want to say that I have always been a Team Edward, like, stan, although I thought both Jacob and Edward attractive in the movies, especially Edward in Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. That's a whole different story. I have always been Team Edward. Now, I don't know if it's because I've always, like, had a thing for, like, vampires, but, you know, I was always Team Edward. Still only, like, in the beginning of the book, but Bella and Edward have so much more chemistry in the books than they do in the movie, and I wish the movie portrayed that a little bit better. See, like, why even more people would be Team Edward, because in the books they have so much chemistry. Now, I haven't gotten to the part where Bella and Jacob really talk, or, like, I think they've met already, but they haven't really talked. Like, there hasn't really been scenes of Jacob at all in the book, and I know there will be more of that in New Moon. So far, Bella and Edward have had such, like, intense chemistry, and it is so crazy to me because in the movies it is not portrayed that way at all, but I really love it in the book. I'm just imagining Bella and Edward in the movie, like, saying and doing, like, a lot of these things here, and I can just imagine it. I'm trying to read a little quicker, but I keep getting distracted because I keep highlighting and tabbing things, but I just decided I'm just gonna highlight and then go back and tab later to save me a little bit of time, because I am 2 hours and 6 minutes into the audiobook, and I still have 10 hours and 45 minutes left. It said it was going to take me like 13 hours to read this, which honestly I'm not surprised because she is a thick book. Okay, Twilight is a very, very thick book, but I'm trying to read and get through it. It is literally the perfect weather. It is rainy outside. It actually started to rain when I was reading the book, but I didn't even realize because I had my headphones on, and then I just had like a rainy background audio thing going on. One of the scenes that I highlighted in the book was Edward asking Bella to go to Seattle with him, because in the books, Tyler, Mike, and Eric ask her to go to the dance, and she says that she's going to Seattle for the weekend. And Edward asks her in the book if he can go to Seattle with her. And I just thought that was such like an interesting thing, because this is not in the movie, so I really like this. It's very interesting. I've just been highlighting like a little bit and tabbing. You can see all the tabs I have so far. I've just tried to highlight like important quotes or Bella says, and just like a lot of like Bella and Edward romantic scenes, or like just the chemistry of them, because they have a lot of chemistry in the book. Okay guys, so I'm taking a little break. I am on chapter 6, page 110, and it's getting really good. I'm 2 hours and 42 minutes into the book, or like the audiobook, reading and highlighting as I showed you guys before. I need to go back and add tabs to some of my highlights. It's really interesting, and like I said previously, I love Bella and Edward's connection in the book so much more than in the movies, because they actually have more of a connection in the book than they do in the movies. And don't get me wrong, I already love the movie so much, but the book makes me love the movie like 10 times more. Obviously, in a movie, it's hard to take everything from the book and make it into the movie, but I wish they gave Bella a little more character in the movie, even though in the book she doesn't really have too much character either, but she has a little more, I feel like. And I wish they went more into like detail with Bella and Edward's connection like they do in the book, because I feel like in the movie, like, they have chemistry, you can tell obviously, but like I feel like it's not as good as like a connection as it is in the book. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear behind me, but it actually is raining. I've been reading the whole entire time I've been reading the book, and I didn't even know. So I am enjoying the book so far. I'm so excited to finish. I'm gonna charge my camera because it needs to be put to charge. And I'm gonna finish highlighting my book. I think I'm gonna take a little break from reading a little bit. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon. It feels so much later than it is, but it's not. But it's a good thing, because then that means I have more time in the day to do some more reading later. Okay guys, I was doing a little bit of cleaning, and I was listening to the audiobook of The Tenant, because I'm trying to read The Tenant but also read Twilight at the same time. Twilight is the book that I actually physically want to actually like sit and like read and like not necessarily pay attention to, because I want to pay attention to both books. I'm listening to the Tenet and I'm paying attention to it, but Twilight I actually would like want to read and annotate and stuff like that. So that I actually like want to like do when I'm actually like sitting down, like I want to read. The Tenet is just something I'm listening to and playing in the background and listening to when I'm doing something, because that book I'm reading for fun, I guess. I'm reading both the books for fun. But I did get a new book in the mail and I'm going to show you guys. I am getting into the fall mood. So I saw this book on TikTok and I also saw it the other day when I went to Barnes & Noble. It is Carmilla. It is a vampire story, and this book is the book that inspired Dracula. So I'm really excited to read this. I do eventually want to read more classics also, like Frankenstein and Dracula and Wuthering Heights and Pride and Prejudice and all those other classic books. But I heard this book is really good and it's also really short. So that's kind of why I got it, because it's a really short book. So I have a feeling I could just sit down and read this in like one day, and I can try and find the audiobook for it as well. Yeah, I picked this up, so I'm super excited to read this after I finish the other books that I'm reading. 3 is just too many books for me to read at once. I'm going to show you guys my bookshelves. I just finished organizing them. I need to decorate them because I still have gaps in between like some of my shelves. Over here, I have my romance novels. I have all my like spicy romance here first. I guess you could consider it too like dark romance, I guess. Adult romance that have some spice. And then I have my YA romance books, my Colleen Hoover shelf, because back in like 2020, 2021, we were all reading Colleen Hoover, little Colleen Hoover reading era. And I'm actually missing like a few of her books. I think I'm missing like 2. I know I had It Ends With Us, and I also had Really Love. And I let somebody borrow those books and I never got them back. So I don't want to repurchase them, but if I do see them one day at the thrift store or something, I might get them just so I could have them in my collection, because I had them before and I read them and I want them on my shelves. Next shelf, I have thriller mystery books, I guess. And over here, I have all of my fantasy. And here I have my Twilight shelf, I have my Edward Funko Pop. And then this shelf right here is kind of like a miscellaneous. I have my dystopian trilogy, the Divergent series. And then I have these books, which are like romance, but I don't really know like where to put them. Down here is just random stuff. Obviously, eventually in the future, if I do start collecting more books, we'll empty these last shelves. But for now, obviously, I am good with all of these. I don't have too many books. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I do want to decorate my shelves more, but I need to look at bookshelf videos on YouTube and on Pinterest, like look at pictures, because I want to decorate my shelves, but I don't know what to decorate them with. I just have my Edward Funko Pop. My nephew comes over and he'll like knock the stuff from my shelf or take it, and then my dogs will grab it and chew it. Like my dogs literally chewed my Edward Funko Pop, which I'm so mad about. I have to get a Funko Pop stand for him so I could just like hold him up. Hello everybody. It's been 2 days since I picked up the camera. For the last 2 days, I worked Friday and I worked today, but I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I know I did say I was gonna read Twilight, which wasn't a lie because I did read Twilight, but Twilight is the book that I'm reading, but I actually like want to take my time and read and highlight. So I've been reading this like before bed or I'm laying down, whenever I had time to be at home and just read. Since I worked today and yesterday, I have been reading Tenet by Frida McFadden, and I finished this book in like 2 days. Since I worked yesterday, I wanted like a book to read like for fun and just that I could listen to when I was in the car. Reading the Tenet because obviously, like I said, Twilight, I want to highlight and tab, and I actually want to take my time reading Twilight. Obviously, I can only do that like when I'm not busy. But this book, I was reading and listening to the audiobook while I was driving, break at work. So this was like my other book that I was reading besides Twilight. And let me tell you guys, I thought I was a die-hard romance girl, but I don't know. After finishing this book, I think I realized I'm more of like a mystery thriller kind of girl instead of a romance girl. That's a topic for another day. I loved it. It was really good. I think I gave it like a 4.25 stars. I don't think it was totally a 5-star. It wasn't like really a 5-star read for me because the beginning was kind of slow. I would say at least like 50% way through the book to really start getting more interesting and actually start going into mystery thriller kind of part of the book, because it was building up in the story. Other than that, it was really good. Give it a 4.25 stars. The plot twist was really good. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. It's a good book. In the meantime, I am still reading Twilight. I'm going to be reading some more of it tonight. Obviously, like I said, I've been working the past 2 days, so I haven't really gotten the chance to read it. And the chapters are like so long. Tomorrow I'm actually going to lock in and try and read Twilight some more, because it is supposed to be rainy like all day tomorrow, and I'm off tomorrow. I'm hoping, since it'll be rainy weather, I could just sit at home and read Twilight and listen to the audiobook. But in the meantime, I played another book background while I'm driving, and it was one that I had on my shelves that I've been wanting to read, but I just never picked it up. I've like honestly been in like a book slump. Like I'll read one book and then start reading another book. I'll just like give up, and then I'll read another book and then like give up halfway. And that's just so many books. In the meantime, when I'm not reading Twilight, I'm reading The Silent Patient, because this has been on my bookshelf for years, I shall say. I haven't picked it up, so I started reading it this morning. I went to Libby app and I looked for the audiobook for it. They didn't have it, so then I went to the Hoopla app, and Hoopla actually had The Silent Patient, the audiobook version, so I borrowed it. So now I'm reading the audiobook with the actual book at the same time, or just playing the audiobook in the background when I'm driving, walking, doing whatever. Not too far into this book yet. I just started it this morning. I think I'm maybe like 20% of the way. I'm 24% of the way of this book. Get another package from Amazon, so I'm gonna open it and just show you guys what I got really quick. Okay, so the first thing I got was this like adapter, because I have wired headphones, so I got this for the headphones to connect to my phone. I got book tabs, more book tabs. I have a whole bunch of book tabs, but I needed red because the ones that I had, for some reason, didn't really have red book tabs. They're like this color on the Twilight ones, and there was only really one, and then I ran out, so then I started using this other color, this like lighter orange, I don't know. And to me, they're more like orangey red than like red, like, yeah. But I ordered some more book tabs, so I actually have the colored red now. Look at these book tabs. These are literally the best colors. The ones that I have are good, but they're kind of like muted colors. Like these have literally like almost every color, like different shades of purple and blue, green, yellow, red, some more red. It's literally so exciting. I'm honestly so bad. I haven't kept you guys updated in a little bit, but I am still reading Twilight. I think I already talked about it. I ended up finishing The Tenant. I'm reading Twilight now. I am 80% done with the book, or almost 80%. On page 379, and I think there's like 489 pages, so I have a little bit over 100 pages left. But I'm gonna finish up the chapter that I'm on, and I think I'm gonna continue reading tomorrow. Here's my tabs. I've been trying to read the actual book and listen to the audiobook at the same time, but I knew that I'd never get it done, so I've just been listening to the audiobook as much as possible. The thing is, the chapters in this book are literally so long, where I feel like, as in other books, the chapters are much shorter, so I can read more. But with this one, the chapters are just so long that I have to read like very slowly. But yeah, I'm just trying to hurry up and finish this book, because I do have so many other books that I want to read, and this book has just been taking me forever to read, and I'm just ready to like finish it. And it's not because I don't like it, because I am enjoying it. I love Twilight. I just want to read some other books, you know. I just got an Amazon package, and I'm super excited to show you guys what I got. So I'm going to open it, you guys. I'm going to open this very gently. My goodness, this box does not want to be opened. I got the White Twilight book collection on Amazon. I got it for a good price. It was only $43, and I feel like for 6 books, that is a really good deal. I think the original price is like $60, $70-something. So I felt like for $43, I got it for a good deal. So I'm super excited, and I love like the colors of the books. Like it's just so aesthetically pleasing. Look how beautiful the books are. Obviously, I'm currently reading Twilight. This is just so beautiful. One thing that I liked about this too is that it also came with two of the other Twilight books that I don't have. The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner and Midnight Sun, which is Twilight told in Edward's point of view. I do not have this book, and this book is chunky. They are so beautiful, and I can't wait to put these on my shelf. This is my favorite thing that Bella says in the book that she also says in the movie, or that they also put in the movie. About 3 things I was absolutely positive. First, Edward was a vampire. Second, there was a part of him and I didn't know how potent that part might be that thirsted for my blood. And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him. And then my next favorite quote that I love that is also in the movie. We're talking to Bella about how Bella is his heroine, his brand of heroine. And so the lion fell in love with the lamb. He murmured. I looked away, hiding my eyes as I thrilled to the word. What a stupid lamb, I sighed. What a sick, masochistic lion. Ugh. I love those quotes, and I did quote it in the book. You can tell my copy of Twilight is very beat up. So this is like my reading / tabbing copy. My other ones are my display copy. I forgot to film an ending for this video, so I'm so sorry about that, but I did want to keep you guys updated. I did finally finish Twilight. It took me a couple days to read it, only because the book is super thick, but not only is it thick, but the chapters are so long. I felt like that made the book go by so much slower. I did rate it 4 stars. When I read this around 5 years ago, I believe I also gave it a 4 stars as well. Not because it was a bad book. I don't think it was a bad book. I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't 5 stars, so I gave it a 4 star. Nonetheless, I love this book so much, and I love how Bella and Edward have so much more detail in the book, and some stuff that's in the book is different in the movie. Obviously, they can't portray everything that's in the book in the movie. Obviously, imagine the scenes from the movies and the scene from the book, and what they took from the book and brought it into the movie, and what they changed and what they didn't add. And I believe Jacob in the book, I think, has 2 sisters, I believe, which in the movie, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he has any siblings. It's just very cool to see everything. It was just really cool reading the book. I love the book. There's so much detail in the book. I really enjoyed reading this book, and I can't wait to start reading New Moon, the other books in the series, and I probably will start reading them soon. I'm trying to start reading another series, and then I'm going to also be in between each series. I start reading New Moon soon. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.